Hi, this is Newbie 5. This is a Blackberry Playbook. Got hold of one of these today, been having a bit of a play with it. Bit weird so far, but I'll go through everything and then you guys can make your minds up. If you follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen that I've said some things about this already. Had a bit of a pain in the ass setting up in the first place. It's working good now, so we're going to have a run through. So the first thing we're going to show you is, there's no point going through the hardware too much, but just in case you haven't seen it, it is very small compared to another tablet. If you want to have a quick look, this is my Advent Vega, and if I pop that behind there, you'll see that the Playbook is really small, in fact almost about half the size of the Vega altogether. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's really comfortable to hold. It's got a nice kind of rubberized matte finish on the back of it. Makes it really comfortable. It's not heavy at all. It's roughly the size of a thin book. So if you're using it as a book reader, it'll be really nice. The downside to that is it's really difficult to read books on it at the moment, but I'll go into that in a bit. So on the top we've got volume up, volume down, play, pause, and your power button, which doesn't depress very much, so it's really difficult to tell when you pushed it. So there we go, that turns it on and off. No lock screen, haven't seen a lock screen yet, but I'm guessing that comes if you turn a pin on the device. We've got headphone jack here. Nothing on this side apart from a speaker grill, if you can see that. A matching speaker grill on the other side. On the bottom, we have got dock port. We've got a regular micro USB and a micro HDMI as well. And if you see there, this is the 16GB model. On the other side, we've got nothing. On the back, we have rear-facing camera, nice matte rubberized finish, and then on the front we have sensor and front-facing camera. So there we go. It's a really straightforward device. It's got no curved edges really. Tapers in ever slightly on the sides here, but it's quite square. It looks a little bit blocky compared to some of the other devices, but it's still quite comfortable to use, so it's not too bad. Because of its small size, the on-screen keyboard, I don't know if you noticed that, but the edges of the screen are also touch sensitive. So top, bottom, left and right. So making gestures on the edges of the screen will do certain things. So swiping up from the bottom left will bring the keyboard up and get rid of it, which is quite nice. Because it's only small, it's actually quite easy to use the keyboard with your thumbs. You don't have to use your whole hand, but you can if you want to. We turn it around the other way, even easier. It's kind of like using just a big phone. So it is quite comfortable to type on. I haven't done a huge amount of typing on it yet. If you swipe in from the top left, that will bring up your settings menu. So you've got all the settings here. So pretty straightforward, quite nice and easy. Get rid of that. There we go. So up top we've got battery settings menu again. Orientation lock, Bluetooth on or off, and Wi-Fi on. So Wi-Fi, I'm not connected to my home network at the minute, so we're going to connect quickly. I don't use WPS, so what are you on about? Don't use WPS. Okay, 2 seconds. While I put my password in. That is stupidly long, it's going to take a lot longer than I want it to. Okay. Hopefully that's going to connect. There we go. So, painless on the wireless. Right, so apps as quick as we can. If any of you guys have got a Blackberry Torch or have used a Blackberry Torch, the UI is very similar. So here's Blackberry Torch. If we get rid of that, so you've got kind of your apps menu across the bottom here. You tap, it'll bring up the full menu. Again, tap brings up the full menu, and then you can scroll through the apps that you've got installed. Similarity pretty much ends there, because this is actually pretty nice to use. This is a pile of crap, in my opinion. People are not going to like that very much, but I really don't like it very much as a phone. So there we go. One of the biggest problems with this right now is that unless you've got one of these or another BlackBerry phone, there is no way, other than using webmail, of getting emails on this. So there's no there's no email application. You won't be able to just type in your Google email account details into the email app and have it download your emails like you would do on an Android device or even on an iPhone. The only way to actually get push email or on the Blackberry Playbook at the moment is to tether it to a BlackBerry phone. I haven't done that yet because I can't be bothered, but that is for a company that really pushes their email and was basically built on email in the first place. That's pretty embarrassing, really. That's coming soon, apparently, but it's not in a release, as a lot of other things aren't in a release. So apps, these are the apps that we've got on. I've only installed a couple. I've installed News 360 because I noticed it on the BlackBerry App Store, and I've installed Need for Speed Undercover because I wanted to see what the games were like. Twitter, this is a Twitter app that comes pre-installed on. Tap that. What you'll notice is it doesn't actually launch a Twitter app. It launches the web browser and takes you to Twitter. I don't really know why they bothered with that. It's not an application. I had a quick look on the BlackBerry App Store. There isn't another Twitter app. Well, there is, but it's not a proper Twitter app. It's something weird. There aren't very many apps on the BlackBerry App Store at the moment. It's only just been released, so that's kind of to be expected, but it's pretty dire, to be honest. So this is the browser. Tap there. These are the tabs that we've got open. So we can open a new tab. We'll go to, I don't know, Yahoo. That'll do. So yeah, it's alright. It's not too slow. Quite a nice browsing experience. Comfortable. So we would tap on mail. Oh, obviously didn't tap on mail, but yeah. So yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit jerky, but it's not terrible. So nice thing here. To get back to your home screen, from the bottom of the Playbook on the bezel, swipe upwards, and that will minimize your app here and take you back to the main screen, so you can bring up any other apps that you want to open. So let's open something else. Let's open Blackberry App World. There we go. Opens at the side, brings up Blackberry App World. So again, we can swipe up from the bottom, and we can switch back to the browser, back to App World. It's quite smooth. Or we can swipe at the side. If we just move it across, swipe again on the other side, move it back across. Reactivates itself. The other app still runs in the background. There are different settings for this. BlackBerry have been saying for ages that your apps keep running in the background all the time, so everything's proper multitasking. That isn't always the case. There's actually a setting for it. You can turn it on and off. You can tell applications to always run in the background, so that they never actually stop. So if you've got a video running in the background, it will continuously play. The default setting is to actually keep the app running until you maximize another full screen app. So if I was to start a video, I'm not sure if we've got any videos on here at the moment, but we'll give it a shot. We've got no videos, which is brilliant. Let's see if we can try with something else. YouTube, that'll be a good one. Let's fire YouTube up. So we'll just pick a video. Doesn't really matter what it is. Taking a little while to load. Taking a long little while to load. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's great on this. Alright, so while that's thinking about it, we can switch between other apps. So, that's still going, and if we minimize it, you can see that that's still going. If I maximize another app, and then switch back to YouTube, you'll notice it's frozen. So, switching to another full screen application and then switching back has actually frozen YouTube. The problem here is that for whatever reason, that's it. A lot of applications will do this. When you switch back to them, they're dead. I can't do anything with this now. I'm not really sure what I'm meant to do with it. I had this with a few other applications before. Now, presumably, if you tell them to constantly run in the background, this won't happen. So, but obviously, that's going to eat up all of your processing time and eat up all of your memory. You don't want them to always do that. You want them to pause while you're doing something else, probably. But this is now dead. So, the way to get rid of it is to swipe it from the bottom and kill it. Not very ideal. Then we have got, let's see, let's fire YouTube up again. Let's see if that was a fluke, or see if we can launch another video. Okay, it's fired up. Is that the same video I picked before? I don't know. Let's pick something else just in case it's a video it doesn't like. Well, that one's not available. That one? Play? No. That one? Oh, there we go, that one's playing. Okay, so there we go. No idea what this is. Spider. Get off my playbook. So, turn the volume up a bit. So, this is, for a little thing, this is a pretty loud set of speakers. They're not the highest quality in the world, they do go quite tinny, but they do belt it out, it's quite good. And I've got to say, you're never going to get brilliant audio quality out of a tablet like this. So volume, there's got to be the trade-off most of the time. You want it to be quite loud. So we've killed YouTube now. Right, so one of the biggest issues that we've noticed with this at the moment, the book reader app that comes with the Playbook is Kobo Books. If we fire that up and let it load up, thank you very much, Kobo Books, whatever. Let's sign in, shop 3 books. Okay, so at the moment, the biggest issue that we've got right now is that Kobo will only let you read books that were bought through Kobo. There isn't a Amazon Kindle app yet. There is Kobo, I think there's one other book reader. Kobo does not allow you to sideload books, so you can't grab your EPUB books that have got the DRM stripped out and put them on the Playbook. It doesn't work. So your only choice is to read books that you've purchased from Kobo, and it is not the cheapest bookstore in the world. So while it's nice and comfortable as a book reader, I don't want to sign up, I just want you to show me the book. Okay, I'm not going to be able to show you the book reader right now. I'm going to have to put it in a different video, unfortunately, but because I'm not signed in, because I've only just reset the device. So there we go. Now, before I make this video too long, I'm going to show you one more thing. So, I'm not going to show you everything in one video because it's going to be a pain in the ass, but let's show you Need for Speed Undercover, optimized for Blackberry Playbook. Now, when I first played with the Playbook in the store, I had a quick go on this game and I thought it was quite impressive. And like a lot of people that have probably seen this being demoed in one of the Blackberry Playbook videos, I thought that it made the accelerometer look really responsive and that the game was really tailored for the Playbook. The problem is that they cheated. And I don't know whether it really matters, but after playing it for a little while, you realise that to make the game look good, they just kind of cheated, and it doesn't actually have any challenge or anything about it. So we're going to load a quick map up now, and you'll see what I mean. So, graphics are okay, they're not bad at all, I'm not complaining about that. It's a tablet, and it's one of the first games that has come out, or the first game that has come out for the Playbook. So what we're going to do is, we're just racing. So you don't need to do anything to race, it's just going to accelerate on its own. So we can tilt the Playbook, and the accelerometer is going to steer the car, which is great. Now we're coming up to a corner, I'm doing nothing. The car starts to turn, it's not much, but it starts to turn on its own. What's basically happening is the game is assisting you steering corners. And I'll show you what's basically going on with this accelerometer. It is quite sensitive, but to make it look better and to make it look like it's a more responsive game, they're basically cheating. We're going to get to a corner. Now, I haven't turned the thing. The car is turning on its own. The next corner, I will only have to turn a really small amount, and the car is basically going to do the rest of the work for me. So, just tilt in a little bit. There we go. We're around the corner. The game's cheating. It's not as responsive as it makes it look when other people are playing. Now what's going to happen is when I'm on a straight, if I go around the next corner and kill this guy here, there we go. When I go around this corner, get onto the next straight, and I'll show you what I mean with it kind of cheating with the accelerometer. So we're on a straight now. I'm going to really turn there. Now it's taken me ages, even though I've really tilted the device, it took me ages just to get to the other side of the road. So it knows that I'm supposed to be on a straight. So it's not turning the car, it's not really tilting it. If this was an Android racing game, I'd basically have driven into the wall by now. So I'm really giving it some. And I'm barely turning, I'm not hitting that wall. I've just skidded right round the corner. It's a bit strange. I get the impression that they just kind of cheated with this game to make it look like you've got a decent, really responsive racing game, when actually there's not a huge amount to it. It's really easy to win, it's really easy to race. It looks nice, it plays quite well, there's no real problems with it. The reason I'm picking on it is because it's as the game that was used to demo the device quite heavily originally. You get the impression that the reason they picked it and everything about it was tailored specifically to make it look effortless and to make it feel or look like you were really going to get a brilliant gaming device that was really easy to use and was tailored perfectly and sensitive and everything. And it's just kind of a cheat. You don't have to do a huge amount. The game kind of plays itself. The other thing I've noticed with this, and I'm probably being a bit stupid, but what am I doing? Right, so I'm done. I don't want to play this level anymore. I'm kind of bored, or I want to gear up my car, I want to do something else inside the game. I don't want to quit the game, I just want to do something else. How do I pause it? How do I get back to the menu? I can bring down this menu thing at the top, which is the default swipe down to the Blackberry Playbook, but I can't pause the game, I can't do anything. The only way I found to get around this is to either swipe up from the bottom left to bring up the keyboard, which pauses the game in the background. And then if I swipe again to get rid of it, there we go, the game app menu's up. If I go back into the game, or I swipe up, you'll see the game carries on playing in the background. I can change applications. It's still going. If I make it another application full screen, and then go back, again it's paused. That is the only way that I found to pause this game and get back to the menu. Now somebody's probably going to point out that I'm being really stupid here, but I've tried loads of things and I can't for the life of me figure out a way of getting back to the menu. I don't know whether that was an oversight or whether I'm just being dense or I need to read the fucking manual or what, but there we go. So, let's get rid of it, because it isn't great. So, just quickly, I'm going to show you the Blackberry app world. So, here's quickly Blackberry app world. If any of you have got Blackberry, you probably get the gist of it from the torch or whatever. There aren't very many things on here at the moment, probably what you'd expect. The device has only just come out. If we go into top 3, have a quick skim through, see what we've got. So there's a few things, a couple of games, some applications. There's nothing that's going to rival what you're seeing at the moment on the iPhone or on Android, but that's to be expected. They're promising soon, hopefully, summer, they said, that there's going to be a Android app player that's going to run on the Blackberry Playbook that should hopefully allow you to install Android, or at least certain Android applications on the Playbook. How well that's going to work, I have absolutely no idea. The only thing I've seen demoed so far has been apps, very lightweight apps. I haven't seen any games being played through it yet, so I don't know what capabilities it's going to have, but hopefully that's going to give them a bit of a boost, because at the minute it's sorely lacking in applications. There's not a huge amount that you can do. If we search for Twitter, for example, as shown earlier, the default Twitter app isn't actually an app, it's just taking you to the browser. We've got Twitter search for Blackberry, tweet search. I don't really want to search. We've got hot tweet trends, which is 99 pence. We've got tweet, or tweedless. Helps you separate the signal from the noise. Lets you filter tweets by specific users. So probably a Twitter app. The only review that we've got of this so far is a 1-star review saying I couldn't open it. So that's kind of what you're going to get on the Blackberry App World store at the moment. Not a huge amount. I'll make another video later. I don't want to make this one too long. I'll probably showcase the browser, probably do a couple of comparisons between this and the Vega. I will hopefully show you a comparison of this and the Asus Transformer, but I'm using the Transformer at the minute to record this video because I wanted to test it out and see how it was. So I can't really do that right now. So there we go. That's the initial first look at the Blackberry Playbook, and we'll do another one later on, possibly some more tomorrow. Initial thoughts are, the overall UI is very nice, but the substance underneath it is really lacking at the moment. I'm going to have a play, see if we can find some more applications and see if I can work out the way to get around it a little bit better. Without the ability to sideload books, it's kind of a bit crap, because let's face it, we've probably all got a ton of books already and we don't want to have to buy them all again from Kobo. There is supposedly an app that, or at least a website that will allow you to upload EPUB books to the website called Bookworm, and then read it through the browser. I don't really want to do that. I've got lots and lots of EPUB books. I don't want to have to do that for every single one. So I'm going to have a play around and see what we can find. I'll speak to you later.